Cinco de Mayo is almost here, and nobody has your back like we do. Ready for this lineup? Here we go. Carne asada burritos, check. Shrimp tacos, check. Chili lime corn, check. Chicken and chorizo enchiladas, check. My best margarita, check. Michelada, check. Sangrita, and I'm not saying sangria, I'm saying sangrita. It's what you drink side by side with straight tequila. And as if all that wasn't enough, Chance will dance for you at the end of this video. Enjoy.
Finest Cinco de Mayo dance.
Out of sheer joy, his finest Cinco de Mayo dance.
Been practicing all year.
Can we share your news?
Yeah.
By the way, come over here for a quick second. Young Chance, not so young anymore. What'd you do?
I'm engaged. I'm a man now.
You're a man with a cold still.
Yes.
By the way, that just lets everybody know there he's now officially off the market. Stop your pleas. You're pleading for his contact information.
It's true.
It's true.
Very excited.
Had to happen.
Thank
and
you.
Carrie is a lucky, lucky woman.
Love you, Carrie.
Oh, jeez. I could go back to your bench. All right, here's the plan. We have to marinate the carne before we can cook it. So we'll do that first. And then I don't really know what order this will happen in because Max had this genius idea at 11:30 today. And you know, we shoot at 1, so I had a lot of scrambling to do. But it's a good idea. Let's get to marinating. Let's marinate the skirt steak. That's what we're gonna do. We begin with a processor and a head of cilantro, but we don't want the stems here. Let's rip it in half, put the tops in, spread them out. Now we will add 3 cloves worth of garlic paste, which is about that, about a tablespoon of cumin, which is that, brown sugar, and by the way, recipes below, don't need to worry about it, about a teaspoon and a half or so of your BFF, my BFF, kosher salt, coarse black pepper, granulated garlic that we sell already mixed. We need some oil in here, and I'm just, you know, any neutral oil. This is not the place to go crazy with expensive olive oil. Please don't do that. We need the juice of 1 lime. You know, I envisioned this double-handed squeezing going much better than an F you. Go like this. Ready for this next part? I don't want you to freak out, but it's soy sauce. If you've made my carne asada before, you know I put soy sauce in it, and you know it is fantastic. So when all that's in, on goes the lid, and we process. When it's done, it looks like that. Oh my God. I know you can see it, I know you can't smell it, and that's a shame because boy, oh boy, is that something else. Now for the meat we're using, skirt steak. I love it. It's perfect for this. I know a lot of people swear by flank. I'm telling you, don't. Well, you can if that's all you've got, but skirt steak, it's the way to go. It's amazing in this. That's a Ziploc bag. Here's what we do. In go our skirts, and then what we just made, like this. Try and get all of it. It's like liquid gold, I'm telling you. Okay. Now, the obvious move, pick up your bag and you mush everything around. Your goal is beautiful, even coverage. Try and separate it. You want some of this amazing sauce on everything. The smell right from here is unbelievable. Sorry, unfreaking believable. And when it's all done, get the air out, seal it up. It's a little messy. Fling it in your refrigerator. Give it a couple hours, give it 4 hours, and we move on to the enchiladas. That's chicken and that's pork chorizo, and they go together amazingly well. We're gonna make a little rub for the chicken, and it will look like this. Chili powder. I'm using Chipotle chili powder. So sue me, I'm a fan of it. I like the extra heat. Little cumin, and when I say little cumin, I mean little because literally that's the end of it. A little garlic powder, a little onion powder, and of course some of our BFF, like that. And this we will mix. Okay, get our chicken back. Not the chorizo. We give it a little oil. These are 2 thighs, 2 beautiful little thighs. And now we season. And you can do this quite liberally. There's a flavor, ladies and gentlemen, that you want. Flip, perfect. These could sit for a minute, or if you have a ton to make like I do, you could cook them now. So let's. And when your grill is hot and oiled up, on you go. See that little piece fall through, of course. Okay, we're just cooking chicken. Should be obvious. I'm gonna turn it a couple times. Some beautiful marks on it. Cook it till it's done. We'll take it off. It's not a whole lot to see here. But while we're doing this, we can also deal with the chorizo in a pan on the flat top. First into the hot pan will be some oil and some pork chorizo. It's about 6 ounces. So You just want to mush this around, flatten it out a bit, help it cook a little bit more evenly. Nice. This does not take long, and I repeat myself, but the crazy thing about chorizo is it doesn't change color nearly as dramatically as ground beef does. So you just need to know you're cooking it till it's done. This will probably be, 5 minutes or so. So when it's spread out, we'll give it a minute or so by itself, and then we'll spread it to one side, and then we'll add a little bit more oil and some diced yellow onion, and let that start to, look, it's a yin-yang. That's what we've made. Be more yin-yang if it had that curl to it, right? How do you do that? Like this, and like this. I think you get the idea. Okay, just let it go, mix everything around in a minute, and you'll be fine. And after a couple minutes, let's mix the two together. Don't forget, these are gonna go with the chicken in the enchiladas into the oven for about a half an hour. So you don't need to decimate the onions. As long as they're softened up a little bit and the chorizo's cooked, that's your goal. So let that cook some more and we can check our chicken. I've given it a 45 and now, beautiful. Flip onto that side. Probably 3 more minutes, we'll pull that guy off. Oh, the smell, it's fantastic. Okay, the chicken's done, so we'll pull it off. Them. Him, her. And the chorizo and onion are beautiful. We're gonna let this cool a bit, let the chicken cool a bit. In the meantime, we're gonna start some corn right here. The grill's been sprayed. The corn has been given a little spray too. Now, on we'll go. We're making chili lamb corn. I don't think I've shared that. And honestly, it's one of my favorite things to have. At the grill, when it's Mexican food time, it doesn't matter. The goal right now is to get this started to be marked up because it will soften, it will become fantastic, but the mark, the charring is flavor. But chili lime implies chili and lime. So this little pot right here has got nothing but butter in it right now. We're gonna give it a decent amount of Chipotle chili powder and the juice of a lime for now. And when the corn starts to get marked up, and not until then, but when it does, we'll start to baste with this chili lime butter. And boy, oh boy, will it be good. In the meantime, let's turn our attention to a little guacamole. This is the beginning of our guacamole. So let's do what we need to do, shall we? Avocados work like this. Like you've all seen it. One cut, let the knife follow all the way around the pit. And we do that. Oh, beautiful. So your goal now is to run your knife through the flesh of the avo, scoop it into a bowl. We're gonna add diced tomato without the watery inside bit, some diced white onion, a minced chipotle pepper, some chopped cilantro, juice of a lime, a little salt and pepper. And when all that's there, we mix. And here's what's important to me. I like chunky guac. I don't like mushy paste-like guac. I see the stuff they sell in the stores, and it looks horrid. This is guac you can get behind. All right, let's have a taste. A little bit like this. The smell test is always important. Rich, creamy, little hint of heat and smokiness from the minced chipotle. It's the best stuff ever. I'm gonna take the pits, put them back in here, seal this up well with saran that will be touching the top of it. It's the best way to keep it. It'll go in the fridge and it will come out when we make our burritos. In the meantime, let's get the enchiladas ready to go into the oven. Enchilada time. Here's our chorizo and onion. It can go in here. Wow, this is gonna be good. All right, now our chicken. Our beautiful little thighs. By the way, that little juice, why not? Throw it in there too. Anybody want to bite a chicken? Maxie, Chancey.
Cute.
Wow.
Nice and spicy.
That's good. Max just said, I don't know if you could hear him, Max said it was spicy. So it's gonna get dumbed down because we're gonna be adding cheese and a cream, and that will help just level everything out. But the spice is really good, huh?
Yeah.
Really good.
Oh, it's got some staying power.
Look, I use those ingredients, garlic powder, cumin, chipotle chili powder, onion powder, often. They're easy to keep in your pantry and they lend so much flavor. Okay, the chicken goes in our bowl. And now quickly, 2 other things. We're gonna add some diced green chilies, like that, whatever that was. Was it a 1/4 cup, 1/3 of a cup? Nice. And a little green salsa, store-bought, jarred, about the same. These guys get mixed. Oh, fantastico. So let me think. I'm probably gonna make 1, 2, I think we got 4 or 5 out of these. All right, it's time. All right, here's what we're gonna bake them in. Here's a little stack of 6-inch tortillas. Now, I like to dip these in chicken broth or something before I roll them up. It makes them a little more pliable, but I forgot that step. So I'm just gonna give them a quick little rinse under the tap, make them a little wet. And then we go like this. We take some of this filling, fantastic. We put it inside, You see how nice and pliable they are. And we roll. But before we put them in here, we're gonna put in a small little layer of whipping cream. This will help make our sauce. And now we take this kid seam side down, just like that, and repeat with the rest till you're filled up. All right, and the last one, I managed 6, which is good because there's no more room in here. And now, here's how we finish them. 2 more things. This is shredded Monterey Jack cheese. This is my favorite cheese for enchiladas. So a nice coating on top, and then that whipping cream again. And before you freak out all the cream and cheese, yeah, there's cream and cheese, and you're only gonna eat one of them. And it's gonna be a damn good one. Oh boy. My oven's at 350. These are gonna go in until they're brown, bubbly, and amazing looking. And that's probably somewhere around 30 minutes. When I come back, we have the corn to attend to, some shrimp stuff, burritos to make, some alcohol to make. We got a lot to do. Well, I say it's carne asada time, so let's do it. Fantastic. And the other piece looks like this. That's what you want. That's what you want. Charred up. Absolutely delicious. The flames licking at the underside of the skirt steak. The soy sauce, the brown sugar, the cumin, everything working its magic. Nice color. Oh boy, is this gonna be good? Let's see how we're looking here.
Oh
Must. Your cameras are fine. Probably. You know what those other channels are showing you for Cinco de Mayo? Some fucking dip. Some shit queso. We want some nice color on this before we flip it. And the corn just doing its thing over here, quietly. I got it turned down to low. I can give it another baste. Look at that red, the chili powder, magic. And when I give it a baste, on one side I give it a flip so that starts to burn in a bit, and then one more. And now we can flip. Holy mother of God. If your only takeaway from today's video is the carne asada, you'll be in good shape on Cinco. Or the day after, or the day before, or next month. It's that good. And if you have a little leftover sauce in the bag, because you're cooking it, feel free. And when the carne is beautifully medium rare, somewhere around 130, and you're happy with it, just pull the biatch. It's time to make burritos. I could just stand here and stare at that for like 2 hours. Sorry, 2 horas, but I won't, because we got to get to some burrito making. What I always tell you, when it comes to meat, you cut against the grain. But because I don't want giant long pieces, this would be against the grain, I'm gonna cut with it like this, beautiful, and then like this. Now we'll just cut this guy up nice and super thin. But before you get too far into the system, you offer Max a piece, you offer Chancey a piece, take a bite yourself, or 2 bites, and you just remember how good. We're gonna take it off to the side. So you take your slightly warmed up tortilla. It's a bit janky. That's okay, that's okay, that's okay. And now here's how we build. We start with a little layer of refrieds. Oh God, one of my favorite things in the world. We follow up with some Mexican rice. Then our amazing carne asada, like this. Stay there, you. 2 things left. A little handful of our Monterey Jack, followed by, hello, Mr. Guacamole, how are you? I'm fine, how are you? The cool guacamole in this is just really spectac. Sides over, top, and we roll. Away from you. Boys, it's been a while since we made a carne asada burrito. And of course, the only thing left to do is cut and look. Oh God, I got that piece. Max, just grab this chest. Be still my heart. That's exactly how I feel every time we make one of these damn things. Every time. It's so beautiful. Shrimp time. Little sauce first. We begin with some mayo, like that. A little hit of garlic paste, like that. A little hit of Cholula, salt, pepper, garlic powder, or BFF, and lime juice. Uno, dos. We mix. As Rachel Ray would say, I'm not gonna even do it. Shrimp next. And here they are. I've cut them up because I like the small size. All I'm gonna give them is a little hit of neutral oil, BFF, mix. Time to cook on the flat top. Here's how we begin, with a corn tortilla on the flat top. I'm gonna get it a little bit hot first. On this side, I put a little shot of oil and then some shrimp. Just enough for one. Shrimp don't take long, so this may be a controversial move. I'm gonna put a little cheese in here. Well, it's controversial for Max. A little bit of our sauce. Oh, it's gonna be good. Max, you're gonna love this.
Well, why don't we get some input from our viewers? What do you think? Shrimp and cheese? Tell us in the comments.
Here we go. Now a little fold That's great. I think I put too many shrimp in here. Oh, fantastic. I love seeing them all like trying to escape. Oh, fantastic. They're gonna be rich, they're gonna be creamy, they're gonna be cheesy, they're gonna be delicious. Listen,
I usually
there's
do
all
like
kind.
my shrimp creamy.
You don't even like shrimp. That's your problem. All right, a little flip over. I will taste this little piece right here. Dude, you don't know what you're gonna be missing. These are so good. So that's it. Look how beautiful that is. All right, you don't need to see this. I'm gonna make a couple more. But now it's time for alcohol.
Alcohol.
But first, it's gorgeous enchilada time. You see how the sauce has started to have some of that chorizo red leach into it? Damn. So let's get one. Just separate them nicely. And up and over. Oh boy, oh boy. Does this make me happy? You know what else makes me happy? Just a little tiny bit of cilantro. But here's the thing, if we cut this guy open, inside, the chicken, creamy, the chorizo, the deliciousness, that's what it's all about. Okay. Holy snap. Remember what I said about the carne asada? I said if the only takeaway was that, you'd have a great Cinco de Mayo. I take it back. It could also just be this delicious little number. Holy crap. Okay, the boys are gonna have a bite. You don't need to see that. And again, I promised alcohol. Alcohol's coming. I don't know how you can argue with how beautiful that is. Unless you're Max. Look at it. It's so pretty. But how does it taste? The sauce, the shrimp, the cheese. That's the real question. It's freaking insane. Garlic, the creaminess, the cheesiness, the whole thing. Damn it. All right, moving on. Here's how we begin. A margarita needs only a few things, and one of them is tequila. Now, I have this theory, and my theory is one good drink is much better than 2 or 3 weak ones. So make it a good one. So my margarita calls for tequila, and I'm using a reposado. Now I'm using sweet and sour, which, despite the fact that sweet's in the name, it's a little less sweet than most margarita mixes. We're gonna add a little Rose's lime juice, a little splash of that, some Grand Marnier. Oof, the smell I'm getting off of this is amazing. And then I like some fresh orange and lime squeezed and dropped in. Like this, and like this. This fresh citrus makes one hell of a difference. So there you go. Now you got a beautiful margarita made. We grab a glass, put some ice in it, we pour. We add a touch more Grand Marnier for the top, and then some more of the citrus. There and there. And there, ladies and gentlemen, is one damn fine margarita. This next guy is a summertime fave, but always welcome. This is this chili seasoning for rimming a glass. I mean, you could cook with it, all kinds of things, but I like it for this. We're gonna take our glass and we're gonna just wipe the rim well with lime and then dip. Make sure you got lots on there. Great. Once you do, now we'll add ice. We're trying not to knock off too much of that if we can help it. Now you get yourself a lime, you roll it so it's pliable, you cut it, and then you squeeze the lime in. I have a juicer inside that I should have brought, but I forgot. I went in to get something, I left it, which is what I do about 100 times a day. Get yourself a nice amount of lime juice in the bottom of this. It has to be fresh. If you don't have a fresh lime, then don't even bother with the exercise because you're just wasting time. And now we take a Mexican beer. I'm a fan of Modelo. We pour that in. Come on, this is like one of the most refreshing things you're ever gonna have. Another little piece of lime, squeezed and dropped on top, just to make it fantastic. Okay, one more quick thing. All right, this next one is really fun. It's for when you want to sip tequila. So, it's called Sangrita, not sangria. Sangrita, and it goes like this. You do equal parts orange juice and tomato juice. Looks crazy, huh? Juice of a lime, a little Cholula, some ground pepper, and of all things, some finely diced white onion. I know, it's crazy. This is just to sip alongside. So get this all together and then mix it. Wow. Now, you take a glass, you put your tequila in, the other side of it, you put your sangrita, the little chunks of onion, and you have a match made in heaven. We should try all these. Enchilada first. And Chance was asking, there's a version with tomato juice in it. It's not my favorite. And since I'm using it for the sangrita, I didn't want to duplicate. Oh, it's summer in a glass. Refreshing summer in a glass. But then the margarita, my old standby favorite. Wow. I'm telling you, it's that ratio. Most margarita recipes are like this much tequila, this much mix. Don't do that. One good drink, better than 2 or 3 weak ones. And then these guys, the duo, the partners. Listen, sipping tequila all night long, it's delicious, but it can get you messed up. So you intersperse with some of the Sangrita, and you'd be surprised at how much longer you go before you get messed up, and how delicious it is. A little of this. Lovely. And then this. A little onion. Citrusy, tomatoey. So good. Match made in heaven. The corn. We haven't done the corn yet. Or the burrito. The corn. Charred. All the way around and beautiful. This is how we finish it off. Remember what I said? Just before you serve it, you give it one more of these. One more good brushing with the chili lime butter. And then the thing that really brings it together is a little hit of kosher salt. And when I say kosher salt, I mean kosher salt. Table salt is not for this. Frankly, it's not for anything. Kosher salt will not make it too salty. It'll just make it delicious. And there you go. Chili lime corn, grilled. Holy shit. Oh, lime, chili, It's insane. It's a mess. Little kick from the chili, because I used the Chipotle chili powder. Oh, it's so good. The only thing I've not had a bite of yet is the Carne Asada burrito. Look at this, a beautiful bite, huh? Carne Asada burrito time, come on. One bite, and then we're good. Oh, you know, we love making burritos, especially this kind. If there was only room on this planet for one burrito, this should be it. This guy right here. Forget all the rest of them. Bean and cheese? No. California burrito? No. This is the one. And I don't order a Carne Asada burrito out because I am never happy, because I'm almost always disappointed with the beef. This is the way to go. I find it chewy, tough, hard. This is the way to go. This. All right, we've come to the end. But here's an important point that Maxie Boy just mentioned. Everything we made today, everything, we did in under 3 hours from our side. But that's shooting as well. That's stopping to let these guys get their shots. It's that kind of thing. If you put your head down, you could make all this in probably less time and have the best Cinco de Mayo ever. We're here for you.
Drink responsibly.
If this, Max says drink responsibly. If this doesn't make you want to hit the subscribe button, I don't know what does. All of this stuff for you. Happy Cinco de Mayo, drink responsibly, but drink deliciously too. You know, that's why God invented Uber and cabs and buses. So you can enjoy this and then get home in one piece. Don't try and drink these at the same time because you'll just spit. Well, we'll try it.
Oh, nice.
Not bad. Did I not fucking bring that piece of shit out here with me?
The juicer.
Yeah. Fuck it. Clean your place, because you're, you know,